Well, hello, it's Sarah Chalmy here from Life and Love. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning into this video. It's a resource video for anyone who needs to gain some mastery and control over their emotions or a situation or how they're feeling about a person. It's a tool that I'd love to share with you. It's called tapping, or it's also known as Emotional Freedom Technique. This is a really powerful tool. It's a really great self-healing, self-therapeutic tool that you can use anytime. It does look a little bit weird. It does feel a little bit weird when you first start to learn it and do it. So maybe you can't do it anywhere, probably not in public or on a bus or in a meeting. I might just save it later till you get back to your work cubicle. But I have to say, tapping is one of my therapeutic tools of choice when I am looking to either work through and resolve an emotion that I'm feeling. It's a great tool to work through and resolve a situation that's still maybe filled with charged and intense emotions. It also can be used in a physical therapeutic way to heal and reduce physical symptoms and to reduce pain. And it also can be used in times of emergency. I used this technique once when a car accident happened in front of me and my stress, cortisol, heart pumping was going off the Richter scale. And I pulled over and began my tapping, and within 5 minutes I had brought myself back to a place of calm. So tapping is what we call acupressure or acupuncture for the emotions. And what it does is that whenever you are in that very primal state of fight, flight or freeze, you are putting your body into a stress mode. It's called sympathetic nervous system. And when you tap, what you're doing is that you are sending a message to the amygdala in your brain, which is where your fight, flight, freeze response lives, to say, hang on a moment, false alarm, actually, everything's okay, we're not under threat here. And this is why you can reduce an emotion, say, that's peaking at 8 out of 10 intensity, down to 0. And the great thing about tapping, and I will get to it, I'll show you it in a minute, but I really want to pre-frame this exercise with the fact that in my work as a coach, one of the big things that I like to share with my clients and to teach my clients is that your emotions are your friends. We often try to either suppress our emotions, or we try to over-express them sometimes, or deny them or avoid them. God forbid we feel them. But actually, that's what they're meant for. They're meant to be felt. They're meant to be understood. You're meant to kind of get the message and the content and the information that the emotion is trying to tell you, and then it will leave. So the beautiful thing I find with tapping is that as you tap through an emotion or an event or a person or a situation, you get that information. You're going to be talking yourself through how you're feeling, why you're feeling. You can give yourself a little bit of a rant, pretty much, and then you reach a point of getting spent with your rant, and then the way you complete the tapping round is to self-soothe yourself out of your own rant with some positive affirmations. So I like to think of it, and there's lots of ways people teach tapping, but I also like to think of it as a clock face where you begin at 12 o'clock and you can rant for your heart's content down to 6 o'clock. And then when you reach 6 o'clock, you have to come back up, and you're teaching yourself self-soothing techniques to come back up to the clock of midnight. So let me talk to you about tapping. So basically, when you're in your rant, when you're expressing and just sort of verbalizing how you feel and what's happening, you're tapping on acupressure points and meridian points in your body. And the points are, you start with a setup statement, and you hit your little karate chop point there on the flesh of your hand, and you just sort of set up what you're going to talk about. So let's talk about procrastination, which is a great tool for all of us when we're running our businesses and getting through our task list. So you might say, even though I feel such great procrastination at the moment, I'm really just stuck. I just can't seem to do what I need to do, and I don't want to do what I need to do. So you go, even though I'm feeling procrastinated, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling really frustrated and annoyed that I can't seem to be going onto my task list and just getting things done, I deeply love and accept myself. So you just set up the statement. You could do it on I'm feeling angry. We could do it, I'm feeling anxious, whatever it is. Or this person, even though this person's really bothering me, I deeply love and accept myself. And then you go around these acupressure points and you just allow yourself to explore and express and feel what you're feeling. So you start on your brow line there, inner brow, and you go, I'm just so deep in procrastination. And then you go to the outer edge of your eye, the bone of your eyes. I'm feeling really stuck. Top of the eye on the bone there. I just hate this feeling of procrastination. And then you go between the nose and the lip, and you go, God, I just wish I could get onto the things I need to be doing, but I can't. Just little statements at each point. Under the lip and the chin, I'm stuck. I'm feeling just totally stuck. And then you go collarbone. I hate this feeling of stuckness. Just explore what you're feeling. And then here's a funny one. Under the arm, brow line. Oh, I just can't seem to get anything done. Top of the head, I'm avoiding everything on my to-do list. I can't face it. And then we've just done one round of tapping. Clearly, that's not enough. You have to go around and do a little bit more. Why am I, just, talk yourself through. Like, be your own guru, be your own therapist. Why am I feeling so stuck? I wonder, that's a great statement to start with. I wonder why this happens to me a lot. Like, actually allow yourself to reflect and explore what's going on for you. I suppose I'm worried about being rejected. I suppose I'm worried I'm not going to do a good job. Maybe if I procrastinate, I'm not failing. All of those things that, deep down, are there. Is your inner truth, the things that you might not want to look at and talk about. Just do it privately to yourself. While you're in the emotion, while you're in the frustration, while you're feeling just really yuck and blah, just talk it through. Go around that conversation with yourself with just brutal honesty and just real truth, and just explore what's happening. So see how I just can talking and going around the points. And then you reach a point where you really don't have anything else to say. You're done. You just got drawing a blank. And then the challenge then is to go back up the clock face and positively affirm and be your own therapist, for want of a better word, and self-soothe and affirm what you can for yourself around the situation. Well, at least I have my to-do list, and I know what I need to do, and I just have to start. What's the worst thing that can happen? Maybe I'll actually be successful. And I know that great feeling that I feel when I actually finish and complete something and get it done. It's certainly better than the feeling of procrastination. And often the pain of procrastination and the time spent procrastinating is more than actually doing what you need to do. I should just get on and do it. I should just, suck it up and just do it. And who knows? I might just be a winner. So this is self-soothing yourself out of it. And then what you'll find is that how you felt before the sequence of tapping has vastly reduced in its intensity, if not completely gone. So I know that's a quick expose of tapping. There's so much more. It's a very rich field of therapy and self-care technique. It can be used in many situations. Like I said, a bit of emergency triage tapping. Car accident happens in front of you like it did with me. Pull over and tap on that adrenaline rush of fear and stress, and it reduces. So a bit of emergency tapping on just a trauma or a shock or a distress. You could do tapping on an emotion like anger. You can tap on anxiety. You can tap on fear and worry. You can tap on hurt. Someone might have hurt you, upset you. You can tap on an upset, and you can feel that you can just really gain mastery over the intensity and the charge of whatever you're feeling. You can tap on pain, on that pain in your back, that chronic pain. Chronic pain is really stuck and held emotion. And you can also tap on your desires and your wishes that you want to manifest, and also work out as you're going around the tapping, what might be some of the blocks there. Because the strange thing happens when you're doing the round and the points is that you get into this groove of stream of consciousness and things just come up. You start saying things that you hadn't really reflected on or dwelt on or really uncovered before. And in that way you can actually allow yourself to do some deep healing. But don't forget, when you get down to 6 o'clock, self-soothe yourself back up to 12 o'clock again. And that's a really valuable skill to cultivate within yourself, to actually to be your own therapist and your own wise guru, and self-soothe yourself out of just the spiral of thoughts and the mind goop that can sometimes overtake us. So I hope that's helped. I could talk for half an hour on tapping, not 10 or 15 minutes. And I will also put on my website just a little cheat sheet of the points and a little rundown, a little PDF, so you can go and find that as well. Hopefully it'll be under this video. And and start tapping. I swear it's rather addictive, and you'll be feeling great and feeling very masterful, and in terms of your emotions and how you can resolve and deal with difficult things, and also how you can just really get yourself zinging and be successful and really happy. So enjoy your tapping, and come and visit again, and hopefully I'll have some more resources up on the website for you to take a look at and get familiar with. So that's all from me now. Sarah Tolmie from Life and Love. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.